Hello students, how are you? I believe all of you are healthy and happy. Students, we are going through the poem Keeping Quiet, and this is the second part of understanding the poem. Before getting started, let's hear a quote from the Bible which says that there is a time to speak and a time to keep silent. We very well know that to express our emotions, to communicate, we need to speak up. But then we have to keep silent also. To be silent, be quiet, and introspect. Understand what we are doing with our lives, what is going on, whether what we are doing is right or not, and if there is something wrong going on, how to correct it. Pablo Neruda firstly told us that what is the need of quiet introspection, how it can be done, and when it would be done, what will happen. He again talks about the human race and explains that why is it necessary to go for something like quiet introspection, not only for the benefit of a single human being but also for mutual understanding among each other. So let's get started with the text. Those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victories with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade doing nothing. The poet here condemns the people with green wars, like biological weapon or creators of pollution. It's not something not known to anyone that we are in a constant war against the nature, the mother nature which provides us with all the needful things, which is our habitat and our only home also. But by using plastics, by creating pollution, we are in a fight against nature. So I believe nobody on this planet is outside of the circle who is not a part of the war. If we are not harming the nature directly, then we are doing it indirectly. So he talks about the people who create green wars and wars with fire, wars with gas. Here he is talking about the people who create the war to harm other human beings. See, we are the only species living on the planet who are ready to harm our own species, destroying each other. With the help of the ammunition, here you can see that how the gases and fire is emitted when we use such kind of weapons of destruction. Pablo Neruda is referring to those weapons only, that how we use those weapons to harm each other. So we are harming the nature and we are harming each other also. They become victorious but with no survivors left. The poet mocks at the victory of those people who get victory over destruction. The poet asks them to leave the path of destruction and join the group of silence. He urges them to put on white which symbolizes purity and serenity. So he urges these people to put on white clothes and walk with others doing nothing. Doing nothing here means anything negative and doing quiet introspection. And here the poet has used some poetic devices also, like alliteration in wars with as well as clean clothes, and repetition by using the word wars with. But let us take up this. Victory with no survivors. On the right hand side, you can see that even if we win over the nature and destroy it with the help of pollution, I don't think that we can achieve victory. Or even if we do, it won't be called victory, because we have lost everything if we have gained victory over the nature. And on the left hand side, it is clearly shown that a war never comes with happiness. It never leaves happiness too. It leaves broken families. It leaves diseases. It leaves people who suffer for ages and countries that are left in ruins. So no matter we are in a war against nature or in a war against each other, we are going to be left with worries, problems, hate, diseases, sadness and grief that will never get over with. And then he says that all these people, they have to be sitting together along with their brothers. doing nothing. Doing nothing means quietly introspecting and not doing anything negative. So here through this picture it can be seen that the entire world has to come under a single shade, and we have to understand the belonging for each other. We are a single species, we belong to each other, and that is what we must realize before harming each other. Moving forward with the text. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. The poet here warns that his message of silence should not be confused with total inactivity or inertia. The poet has to clarify that he is not talking about death, because people might misinterpret him, that he is talking like we do not have to move, we don't have to speak, we don't have to express anything. So are we supposed to be dead? The poet is clarifying that he is not talking about death. He is talking about quiet introspection, which needs silence as well as stillness. And he further clears that his message does not have any affinity with death at all. His message is aimed at the way of living. He is talking about life. Life is what it is about. He is talking about life and not death. He wants us to stop for a while and feel the tranquility so that a positive introspection is done. All he wants is a moment of silence in our lives so that we can introspect. Moving forward with the text again. If we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. Perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. It means that we human beings are single-minded. We are always busy in achieving our goals, completing our personal responsibilities. I would like to show you a picture. The daily life of a very young child. How busy a young child is. The child has to sleep and go to school and play badminton and do the homework, go to the dance classes, and this is to go on and on and on every day, after a week, after a month. It doesn't stop at all. We are so busy people, and the single-minded thought that we have is that we are going to live for a long time and death is not at all near us, so we can keep on going. And we never stop a while to evaluate ourselves and understand ourselves. We never understand that we shall never be able to come out of these desires and achievements. If we could stop a while, we would have understood the real purpose of our lives and ourselves. So poet is trying to say that rather than going on a fast pace, day after day, every day, thinking about far future, why don't we just stop right here, right now, in the present moment, and let's introspect. Let's have some time, take time to introspect, don't delay it anymore. The future is far ahead. The past is gone. At least use the present for a better future, not for somebody else but for yourself. You have to understand that you are the most important person for yourself. Live a better life, be a better human being. And how can it be done? Once you learn what mistakes you are committing. If the problem is that we are very single-minded and we think that we have to keep on going with our lives. What we need is a huge silence of a moment which can teach us how to understand ourselves and which can stop ourselves from the threat that we constantly have of death. See, aren't we afraid of death? And we are so afraid of death that we keep it far away from us. We don't think about it. It will not happen to us. It's so destructive, it's so frightening that we just don't think about it. But death can approach to anyone, anytime. And if I come to know that I have to die tomorrow, wouldn't I do all the good things? wouldn't I start behaving properly, be a good person? Why did I do so? Because my death is coming to me tomorrow. So is it not better that if I realize that death it can happen anytime, right? So it's better to start behaving properly right now. And how can a person do that? After self-realization of his or her mistakes. And when will that happen? After introspection. Moving forward to the next stanza, which talks about the example taken by the poet from the nature. We can take the example of the earth. Rather, we go on with the fear of death, calculation, and how much of our dreams and wishes can be achieved. And he says that the earth can teach us that when it appears to be absolutely still, lifeless, barren, it is not still, it is not barren, and it is not at all lifeless too. There is something going on inside. Germination is taking place, reproduction is taking place, the seeds are transforming into beautiful saplings, the flowers coming out in a deserted area. How did this happen? It was not magic. Earth was rejuvenating inside, and it was the result of the rejuvenation that it improved itself. That is what happens when cold winter covers everything up in the blanket of snow. Nobody believes that something colorful can come out of it. But when the seasons change, spring comes. And with spring, we have all the blooms, the flowers, the leaves, everything comes out. It's not magical. It's just that under the apparent stillness, the earth keeps on rejuvenating. The poet is talking about the same thing. The poet is teaching us that we have to keep still, keep quiet, and rejuvenate, improve from the inside. Moving forward to the last two lines. Now I'll count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. In conclusion, the poet taught us through the example of earth, which is at one season may look as if dead, but comes back with life in another season. That is why I gave you the example of the chilling cold and then the blooming spring. Likewise, our life will also bear certain meaning when we walk on the right path. Introspecting in silence. So what we need to do? We need to introspect in silence. In the last two lines, the poet leaves us to introspect as if he himself has gone through the same. So now he says, I'll count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. So because the task of the poet is finally done, why was he here? He was here to teach us that what we are going through, what the world is going through, how desperate the situation is, what is the requirement of quiet introspection, how it can be done, and what will be the merits of it. When his task was done, now it is the time for him to go. That is why he says, I will go. But here when we look at the line very carefully, here I is not only the poet. I here is the ego also. Now look at the two lines again. Now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. So when each and every person starts going for quiet introspection, this ego will go away. That I, me, myself will go away. And what will be replaced? What will be replacing it? It will be the mutual understanding among the human beings. And for having a mutual understanding, the ego has to fly away. And that is what the main purpose of Pablo Neruda was. What he wanted to achieve was how a person can improve his or herself and how mutual understanding can be created among all the human beings. How unison can be created among the human beings and the nature also. So how a person can rejuvenate from the inside and how he can be in harmony with everything outside. The poetic device used here is antithesis, because the poet talks about dead as well as alive also in the previous stanza, where he was talking about earth, that how it earlier proves to be, here it is, as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. So when he is talking about both dead and alive, placing both the words together, that is why antithesis is used. And with this, I would like to close this particular session with this thought and this picture also. You have to take a break. Everyone has to take a break. Introspect for understanding oneself and mutual understanding among human beings. This moment of silence can do wonders. So every day, think about yourself. Think about what kind of a person you are. Do accept your mistakes. Correct them. Try to correct them. Sooner or later, you will be a better version of yourself. This was the motto of Mr. Pablo Neruda. I believe he has succeeded over the years in making people understand that how life can be lived in a better manner by becoming a better person. So let's close it for now. Thank you very much for listening to me and going through the session with me.